Crop Talk on Market Journal is supported by Nebraska soybean farmers and their checkoff. Well, up next, lots of business happens inside the halls of the convention center, wherever Commodity Classic is being held, of course, this year here in Denver. We wanted to catch up and hear from the Nebraska perspective on some of the policy issues, in particular that the corn growers are facing. So we caught up with Michael Dibburn. He is the president of the Nebraska Corn Growers Association. Well, here at the big Commodity Classic, there's a lot of things to see and do. As you see behind us, the trade show is underway. Also some business, though, to attend to. Joining us now is Michael Dibburn. He is the president of the Nebraska Corn Growers Association. As you share some of the insights that you've gleaned from those meetings over the past week or so, talk about the business aspect of this convention.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Bryce. You know, we use this Commodity Classic get together to not only bring farm equipment manufacturers and other businesses in the ag industry together, but also to conduct business of the Corn Growers Association and create some policy for our policy book and work on things just to increase corn grind and move corn forward.
Of course, you bring the Nebraska perspective forward. Any particular resolutions or topics that were discussed that are important to Nebraska corn growers?
Yeah, you know, one of them that was a big one was talking about setting some policy or action items for our risk management team and improving the beginning farmer and rancher loan program. We believe that the loan rates of that have not been able to keep up with current land prices, increases in current land prices, and that it's really just becoming unfortunate another hurdle for new beginning farmers and ranchers to break into the ag sector and start farming without having already a lot of capital to do that. So working on creating some action items to say, hey, we need to either look at increasing those limits or just improve the program all around.
Well, here on the trade show floor, seeing lots of people walking around with little pins that say E15 year-round. Continue to beat the drum year after year, and Congress has reintroduced a bill, I understand, to try to make that possible. Nebraska delegation involved again?
Absolutely. You know, we were so close to getting E15 into law, availability into law in the last CR back in December. Unfortunately, it got pulled out, but we believe it did generate some momentum and buzz around it that we're going to try and really push it again. And so we're thankful for Senator Fisher in the Senate and Senator Smith in the House to work with some of their counterparts across the aisle even to reintroduce that E15 bill to make it available nationwide. You know, it's a no cost, doesn't cost the government anything more. We're just wanting it to be able to be available to everyone from coast to coast.
Some estimates show if that was available year-round nationwide, estimates show 5 to 7 billion gallons increase.
Yeah.
Obviously, that use a lot more corn. A big issue for Nebraska, the second largest producer of ethanol in the country.
Absolutely. You know, right now that they produce in the ballpark of that 15 to 16 billion gallons. So if you put that in perspective with an additional 5 to 7 billion gallons, that's a lot of corn grind. And, you know, we believe us corn farmers are only going to get better at growing corn. Genetics are going to get better, so we got to find a place for that corn to go. And you know, ethanol is a great place for it to go. So definitely pushing hard on that. You know, we're appreciative of the waivers for the Midwest states to allow sales of E15 use year-round, but you know, we really need to get into the law so that the whole country can utilize it.
Michael, great to visit with you here at Commodity Classic.
Thank you, Bryce.
Good to hear from the folks from Nebraska Corn on their issues that they're talking about here at Commodity Classic. We go from corn to soybeans now as Ann Meese, a member of the Nebraska Soybean Board, is joining us. And in Nebraska, 3 out of every 5 rows of soybeans ends up being exported. I know you're very passionate about this kind of work, so increasing exports of soybeans ultimately, hopefully, will increase the profitability of Nebraska soybean farmers. To that point, you're working on a project here at Commodity Classic. It's called the Soy Excellence Center right there on your shirt. What can you share with us about that?
Absolutely. So the Soy Excellence Centers has developed as a subset of U.S. Soy Export Council, who's constantly working worldwide to open up markets for our soy in this world market. The concept of Soy Excellence Centers is to provide an educational platform to those mid to level workers in the industry that are working and utilizing the soybeans that grow here right on our farm here in Nebraska. So examples of this educational platform that we're offering, our most popular is the poultry course. And then the feed mill course, a swine course has been developed. And what we're doing is we're offering free education to the workers in this industry throughout these centers in the world. They're not actually physical centers because we found that an online educational platform is the most cost-effective and effective way to deliver these courses.
Of course, we're talking about exports, so this is not in the U.S. Give us an example of a location or two where some of this education would be served.
Right. We originally started in Egypt, where the aquaculture market is very prevalent. So that course was developed for aquaculture. We have poultry is very popular in South America and in Southeast Asia, and the feed mill course goes throughout. So Nigeria is an emerging market that we've are offering this education. These people are so grateful for this education. I was able to travel to Nigeria, hand out the certificates to the graduates of this course. So the funders met the trainees. The handshakes, the hugs, the pictures. It was something I just can't describe. People talked about how it's really impacting their lives, improving their lives. And now we are going to start really gearing up for a Soy Excellence Center in India. We believe that is a very large potential market. And I'll be traveling to India in early April to actually witness some of the graduates there and what the course is impacting there in India.
Just next month you'll be traveling there.
Yes.
So keep us posted on your travel, and hope the Soy Excellence Centers get up and running. Sounds like a neat project that you all are working on. Thanks, Ann.
Thank you.